This is the 30 Days to Sell Cars podcast. In this episode, we get into the final stage of the Automotive Customer Acquisition Formula and the last episode of Season 2 and discuss the importance of creating or leveraging the Automotive Value Ladder. If you don't have a value ladder, you're leaving money on the table, so let me show you how to build your value ladder and skyrocket your profit. I know I say it often, but trust me, you don't want to miss our show. Hi, my name is Sean Casey, and today we are pursuing our journey through the customer acquisition formula with the Automotive Value Ladder. We are now at the final stage of the customer acquisition formula, which could also have easily been the first one. I say this because it's hard to build a customer acquisition machine without having a good idea of the full range of products and services we could potentially offer prospects to increase the value we can bring to their lives. But it's also hard to build a customer value ladder without first understanding your why and all the other fundamental stages we just completed in the formula. That's why I place this stage at the end so we can repeat the cycle from the start. Yes, you guessed it, the customer acquisition formula doesn't live on an horizontal axis from left to right, but on a circle that repeats itself over and over and over again so you can iterate the components of every stages with each pass. This way, the customer value ladder is the last stage, but also the first one before the sequence repeats itself and the process starts all over again. So, what is a customer value ladder? Well, imagine a graph with two axes. The horizontal one representing the relationship with the prospect over time, and the vertical one representing the value your product and service are having in terms of the impact on the lives of your prospect and the financial rewards you're getting back. Most dealership and automotive experts I start working with don't have a well thought of customer value ladder. The only product they have on their value ladder is the vehicle and a few upsells in the business office. If they are a franchise dealer, they might probably also have a maintenance program which could qualify as a continuity program, more on this a little bit later, a parts department and body shop they hope the customer will use throughout the ownership experience, but nothing weaved tightly together to provide interested prospects, or customer in this case, more and more value as they progress in the relationship. Remember, our goal from the beginning is not just to turn total strangers into paying customers, but elevate them to the status of raving fans, and we do this through the customer value ladder. Without a value ladder, you don't have any means of getting potential prospects in the early stages of the relationship to engage with you and your products or service at a lower cost before committing to buy a vehicle. And you have nothing to provide them with extraordinary value to make their vehicle ownership experience so incredible that they have no choice but to turn into ambassadors, raving the virtues of your brand. Let's take an example outside of the car business to help you grasp the concept of the value ladder. This way, I won't limit the endless possibilities of your value ladder for what I have identified as some of the items I would use to elevate customers. So let's say in our example, we sell pools. One, we could start on the left with a free report on ways to maintain your pool at a lower cost and protect your investment. Number two, we could use the free reports to offer free water testing and get them to subscribe to our awesome Pool and Backyards newsletter. Three, we would offer subscribers and people who visit the store for the free water testing some combination of products to maintain their pool or accessories to complement their water experience. Number four, we could then offer people a service where our team opens or closes the pool for customers every year to take that burden away twice a year. Five, we could also escalate customers and offer them a hot tub or high-end barbecue. 6, we could also offer interested customers free backyard design services where we could propose the installation of gazebos, cabanas, backyard furniture, and even larger pools or full landscaping service using trusted strategic partners. You see how we started by offering something for free at the far left and how we are able to sell over $100,000 worth of product and services to transform some customer's backyard into little private oasis. Now, by the way, I didn't pull my example out of thin air because this is exactly how a pool vendor in our area was able to become our exclusive vendor over the years for everything relating to the backyard. They even branched out into fitness during the winter months and were also able to sell us for thousands of dollars of fitness equipment for our home. So let me ask you, what are all the different products or services you could place on the customer value ladder of your business? What are all the different items, vendors, and related services that the prospects are going to have to engage with before purchasing a vehicle and throughout their vehicle ownership experience? Can you package or organize any of these into your solution for prospects on the left of the vehicle purchase or customers on the right after buying a car? Now, this is important. Look, if you don't have a way to escalate prospects on the left side of the vehicle purchase, what you are saying to the market is that the only way to start enjoying a relationship with you and your brand is to spend a minimum of $10,000 to $100,000 based on the brands you sell. That's a pretty big step. If you don't have a way to provide more value after the vehicle purchase, you're leaving money on the table, and you don't have a way to turn customers into raving fans for yourself and your brand. In other words, if you don't have a customer value ladder, you don't really have a business. Look at my business here at Turbo. I offer tons of valuable content and information for free on almost all social media channels to dealers and automotive professionals. This allows them to get to know me and how I think about automotive marketing. Interested prospect can also buy small training or marketing services for a few $100s and experience immediate results that will validate the information I just shared for free. These customers can then escalate to full-fledged multi-channel marketing campaigns for a few $1,000s and experience even more results. They can also retain my marketing expertise for a monthly retainer, or participate in 2 to 3 day hands-on automotive marketing events, or buy my 8-week training program to transform their customer attraction capabilities, or join my annual Elite Mastermind, or hire me to build their machine from soup to nuts. As you can see, using my value ladder, I can escalate prospects from a free solution on the far left to $100,000 on the far right. And that's how I was able to invoice over $1 million to certain customers over the years. There is literally no end to the level of front-end and back-end products, services, and experiences you can add. If you keep providing more and more value, people will keep spending more and more money with you. The only limit to your value offering is literally your imagination. And that's why I'm very careful here not to provide you with what I think your value ladder should look like. I'm scared that if I do, that will limit yourself to the list of items I think, from my perspective, should be included. And this might prevent you from coming up with something extraordinary that nobody has thought of before. Finally, the last piece of the customer value ladder puzzle is the continuity element. That's an ongoing product or service you want to include at a low cost in your value ladder to prospect at different stages of the relationship. The continuity element will allow you to keep prospects making micro-financial commitments with you and will provide you a way to stay connected with the prospect and customers to educate them about other aspects and components of your value ladder. This continuity element should not be free. It should have a minimum price of $7, right up to $397, based on the value you can package in it with every installment. Now, this is important. Ideally, you want your continuity to be a monthly product, but it could also be every 60 or 90 days at the most. The goal is to stay top of mind with your community and keep prospects and customers at the most aware level on the awareness spectrum. Anything over 90 days will get your churn rate so high it won't be worth your efforts. So, to get your creative juices flowing, get your buyer persona sheet out and review again your ideal customers. Who are they? Where do they spend time online and in the real world? What are their fears and pain points? What is important to their lives? What are their dreams, their desires? Now use this information in conjunction with your current offerings to deconstruct or create from scratch some lower price point items, product, service, or events on the left of your vehicle purchase. Do the same exercise to add some awesome experience or services on the right of your vehicle purchase to provide the ultimate vehicle ownership experience. Finally, do the same exercise one more time to figure out the ideal continuity program for your market. Remember, keep in mind that the elements on your customer value ladder, including your continuity program, will also be consumed by prospects who might not purchase a vehicle from you. So don't make the vehicle purchase a prerequisite for any of the components of your value ladder. You have to start seeing the vehicle purchase simply as one of the elements of your value ladder, nothing more. Now, don't worry about getting it all down to perfection from the first go around. It's impossible without the feedback of your prospects and customers. Striving for perfection on version number 1 will only paralyze you. Just create your first series of components, place them by price on your value ladder, and let the market tell you what they like or not as they vote using their wallet. We have now completed the first cycle of the customer acquisition formula. In the next few weeks, we will get down to the nitty-gritty, and I will show you the tools and the technologies that are required to build your customer acquisition machine. But while we build your machine, I would go back and redo the 12 stages of the customer acquisition formula using the deeper understanding you have of each one of the stages. This will allow you to iterate your why, your goal, your strategy, your market, and the other stages so your customer acquisition machine benefits from at least 2 rounds of the formula when we are ready to launch version number 1. Now, here are your action steps. First, use your buyer persona sheets and in conjunction with your current offerings, deconstruct or create from scratch some lower price point items, product, service, or events on the left of the vehicle purchase. Do the same thing to add some awesome experience or services on the far right of the vehicle purchase to provide the ultimate vehicle ownership experience. Finally, do the same exercise one more time to figure out the ideal continuity program for your market. Place all of these on the 2 axes of price and value and pin your new customer value ladder on the wall with your buyer personas. Start going through the 12 stages of the customer acquisition formula one more time while we build version 1 of the machine so we can use 2 rounds of the formula in the components of your machine. Now, here's a quick recap. Can you see how the right customer value ladder can help provide prospects interested in your expertise smaller steps before committing to the big purchase and provide more value to customers after the sale so you can turn them into raving fans and make a lot more money in the process? Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode and that you will be back for more great automotive content to help you build your automotive customer acquisition machine. If you did, make sure to subscribe to the podcast on iTunes, Google Play, and Spotify so you don't miss the next episodes. Make sure also to leave me a few comments on the content I shared with you today. I'm curious to get your feedback on your value ladder and how you intend to use it to double the money you make from each customer while increasing the value you bring to the table. In the next episode, we will be launching Season 3 of the podcast with a brand new series I've specifically created to help you sell more cars in the new post-COVID world we live in. If you're wondering what it's going to take to survive as an automotive professional in the new or next normal, you're not going to want to miss the next episode. Until then, I wish you a great week. Remember that we only have 30 days to sell cars when the month starts, and we probably have less than that if you look at your calendar right now. So like I love to say, let's sell some cars.